This is my musicological presentation on the song Save Tonight by ATRiuM. First I'm going to explain why I chose this particular song. Because in the presentation I wanted to concentrate on how instrumentation and texture separates the different sections of a song instead of rhythmic, harmonic and melodic aspects, this song is perfect because it has the same harmonic progression throughout all its sections, these being A minor, F, C and G. So due to this, there's lots of instrumentation, especially in the guitar, to define the different sections of the song. Firstly, I'm going to look at the structure of the song. The structure is in a pretty common, popular song way that goes verse, chorus, breakdown, etc., as you can see from the slide. I've split these up into different letters as I hope to analyse each section one by one. Before I study each section one by one, I'm going to have a look at the whole mix in general first. It is evident that the sound of the recording in general has a clear mix throughout and rarely uses textural wash. The instruments sound as if they're being played and recorded in a small room. There's hardly any effects on the instruments to give the illusion that it's being performed in a big concert arena. This gives the recording a more intimate feel for the listener. Also, the drums have very little effects on them, which give them a more intimate and simplistic feel. The bass is a very clean sound and has no effect on it, and has a good balance of bass and treble on it. This moves it to the back of the mix so the emphasis can be on the guitar and the vocals. Now I'm going to look at the intro. The beginning of the song starts with an acoustic and electric guitar being played simultaneously. I think this gives the illusion again of being a more intimate song for the listener, as the acoustic guitar does give that illusion. The electric guitar is being power muted, which allows the acoustic to be brought to the front of the mix. Then the bass and drum enter, with a heavy distorted guitar bringing feedback from an amp. This feedback may be used to build up tension to the song before the verse. Also, there are low moans from the vocals to also bring up tension. Now I'm going to look at section A. This uses the same chords as the intro, which I might note at this moment are the same chords throughout the whole song. Also, the lead vocals enter at this point. The two guitars being played are slightly panned in each speaker. The acoustic is panned in the left and the electric in the right. The left speaker is slightly more clearer and louder, which brings it more to the front of the mix. The electric guitar has little effects on it. It is a very clean sound which may be used not to overpower the acoustic and keep the intimacy of the track. After 8 bars of the verse, there are moans from the vocals to give the contrast, and also when the section is being played the second time, the instruments are louder to give a contrast again to the first section. Now I'm going to talk about the next section, which is the choruses. This section uses the same instrumentation as the first, just more instruments are added. The electric guitar, which is playing the power muted style in the first section, is now playing fuller chord, which brings it more to the front of the mix and makes it sound fuller. There's also an extra guitar playing in this section. It has a distorted effect to it, but also has a subtle flange sound. This is playing arpeggios of the chords. Also in this section, the vocals are doubled to give it a more fuller sound. The second time this is played, the arpeggio guitar has more distortion and more flange effect added to it. Now I'm going to look at section C, which is the guitar solo. This section has 4 guitars being played, which makes it very interesting, as well as the bass and drums, which have been playing all the way through the mix. There's an acoustic guitar still evident in the back of the mix, so there is still the intimate feel to it. Also, the clean electric guitar still being played, which again helps give the acoustic a more fuller feel to it. Also, the flange distorted guitar playing the arpeggios, but it does have more freedom to move out to the arpeggios, is at the front of the mix, but panned in the left ear, while there's another distorted guitar added, which is playing the solo. The guitar is distorted, bringing it right to the front of the mix, as the solo is the important part in this section. In section D, which is the ending of the piece, it brings all the elements of the previous sections together. It starts with the intimate feel of the intro before going into the same as section B with a solo added after 8 bars. The piece then fades out with the solo being played with sections of melody being played over it, with the solo guitar being brought to the front of the mix and the acoustic and electric guitar at the back. This keeps the intimacy of the track even till the end, but has the power of the solo in it to end the song. That's been my presentation on Save Tonight by ATRiuM. Thank you.